All right, what's up, folks? So I'm gonna go through my AM session trades here, just kind of overall the. I'm just gonna take this time to review uh, the AM session, and so just kind of my thought process behind it. Try to get all this correct. Hold on, let me get this all fitted right, and just gonna start streaming. So here we go. So AM session, I was already looking at previous day highs. I saw, I'm just gonna let this play and hopefully this works. So here we go. And I am looking at that 5 minute CB gap. I'm looking at obviously those all-time highs. Those are where my draw is, so I'm marking that out. Gonna do voiceover on my trades here. And I think we just opened here at 9:30. And so my first DOL, my first TP is that right there. And then I'm looking at, I'm trying to look for any SMTs. And I see that little SMT, so I mark that. I wait a little bit, which is good, and I see that BPR. Let me see what the reaction is off that BPR. And I see ES dip into, I'm sorry, NQ dip into it, whereas ES left it open. So I see the SMT, so I get in long with on a 15-second 15-second breaker, and then hits my TP right away, right at that I moved my TP down to that internal liquidity. Didn't hit because of that civvy that's resting right here, that 1 minute civvy. So anyways, I leave the runner, and I think I move. I think that SMT should be the protected low right here. So I leave the runner. So I already made 850 for that trade. Had two contracts. I had one runner, and I think I'm aiming for like all-time highs, which is kind of funny. So let's play out. I'm looking at this previous candle close, the high of this previous 30-minute cycle. Now I'm looking at the CB, see if it supports price. Need to see some support from this inversion for value gap. So I see that. I see the bodies are kind of respecting it, which is nice at the moment. But I want to see a body close above this previous 30-minute cycle high. I'm not liking that SMT, and that SMT brings us down a little bit lower. Plus, it's not really the right time, and we're at what time are we at? This is roughly, it wasn't 9:45 yet, so it's edging my entry at 23.62, and then I'm predicting that ES wants to sweep these lows and go back up, creating the SMT. But what ends up happening is my stop gets hit. Let's see here. See ES is recovering and getting support from this BPR, or from this inversion for value gap. But the bodies are failing to close above on NQ. So I move my stop down to 20 points. I have a 20-point stop on there. And since I already took profits with those two contracts, I was willing to risk, a 20-point stop on. I'm saying I need some speed above that level. See, there's SMT, so I'm thinking that's the low that'll be protected on around that 340 level. So I'm thinking, okay, we should get displacement up, but ES isn't ready to go yet. ES is still struggling, and I need to see bodies close above this level on NQ for us to spool up. We're coming towards 9:45. I see the SMT. So I think that should be the protected low. So I move my stop up to that 350 level. I think that's where I went wrong. I see here. So I have an 8-point stop about, or sorry, 12-point stop. Because I think that I think I trailed my stop too tight. Or no, it was good I trailed my stop because of that SMT, because it eventually got hit. So minimize my risk, but those are relative equal lows on the 15 second. It was just too close together that I thought that. Let's see here. So yeah, they get hits right there. Stop gets hit. And we sweep eventually. The SMT gets faded. We sweep both. That swing low, and I'm looking for an SMT at this kind of 840-ish candles, but there's no SMT. They both get faded, and I'm thinking, okay, this definitely got to be manipulation, and I'm seeing how far it's gonna go down. So I zoom out, I think to like the hourly, but I'm still looking at that previous day highs, and I know this is manipulation. So I'm like, okay, where are we gonna find support here? So I zoom out, see the hourly. We're in hourly busy. That's a daily inversion fair value gap. I'm like, okay, are we gonna head down there and then bounce up? So I don't know. Let's see here. But I see it starts to recover, and I'm looking for SMTs. And there's one little 1 minute SMT I didn't mark it here, but between those two candles, there's SMT between ES and Q. So you kind of see me hovering right there, right there, right there. See, there's the SMT. So I'm like, boom, there's the SMT there. I'm not super clear on it yet, not super confident until I'm anticipating this SIBI to be inversed and aiming for an easy target. So I try to get in right there at that 339 level, but it runs away. Oh wait, why did I? Yeah, it runs away. Oh, I would have gotten in right there. I don't know why I didn't leave. Maybe I didn't feel confident, so I was waiting for. I should have gotten right there. That was the entry. Support from this 15-second BPR, but I missed that, and I chased a little bit. Didn't get as favorable as an entry, but I'm anticipating the SIBI to be inversed. I'm looking over here on the right. There's a 5-minute inversion right there. This tiny little 5-minute SIBI that gets inversed, and then I kind of chase it a little bit, and I wait for a SIBI a BISI to be created, a 15-second BISI, tiny one, and then that's where I get entry in right there. 15-point stop, and my first TP is at that 385 level, or 389 I should say. It's right on at that previous high right there. That's my first TP, and that is about 20 points, 22 points. So I'm thinking here we go, that we should see some displacement at this time. We're in this macro, so I'm thinking we inverse this. That's going to become a breaker. That's going to be my thought process. The 930 big green candle is going to become a breaker, but I'm also seeing, okay, there's a 1 hour SIBI that we're running into, getting resistance from, and I don't like the that ES took the highs, so I moved my stop to break even, whereas NQ didn't yet because of the SMT, right? That's why I just marked out there, move my stop to break even because of SMT, and I think I get back in. Yeah, so I got stopped and then I re-entered on that BPR. But I'm expecting this SMT to be faded for us to take those highs, right? And that is a lot better entry. It's about 28 points right there for 2 contracts. And by that time, I'm a happy camper. I'm like, cool, I got my money, and I got one runner left. And I think it gets stopped at break even later. Let's see what happens. So I'm seeing this SMT kind of on this like weird swing low. So I think that's my protected stop. I'm just waiting for this TP to hit, and I'm looking at the time. I'm thinking this needs to hit by 10:15 or else I'm out. And just time distortion. I'm just waiting. See, I'm looking at this 1 minute. I think that's either 1 minute or 5-minute SIBI or SIBI on ES. Okay, boom, there my TP gets hit on NQ. and I need to see bodies close above that level, and we see some speed. I'm also seeing the propulsion blocks. I didn't mention that earlier, but I saw the propulsion blocks, and I was like, okay, we're about to propel up. But then I see this 30-minute CB that we're just getting resistance from, in that bearish breaker. So I move my stop to break even, and then eventually get stopped out. But I'm expecting that. And then I enter long again. I'm like, okay, I made my money, made 1,800. I'm just going to risk one contract. So I do that, and I get in on that 15-second BPR, expecting to find support, right? Because of all those, and I'm looking at all those down close candles, those order blocks, and I'm aiming for that 5-minute bottom of the 5-minute CB, while ES is going to draw to that 5-minute as well. So need to, I say need to hit this level before this macro ends. Just keep an eye on the S&T, but I'm anticipating it to get faded. Yeah, so I'm saying I already took my profits, and then boom, hits my last profit, last TP, and I'm like, I know it's probably gonna hit previous day high, but I just don't care at this point. I already made my money, and I'm ready to walk away. And then I see on the 5-minute later on, I mark out a trade idea. Let's see how I get rid of that. And I'm just looking at levels, looking at any SMT that I could see. There's a little SMT I can see right there, so that's a protected low. So that low with that SMT is a protected low, and I mark out there's a 5-minute breaker. There's the trade idea, all the way up to previous day highs, which I'll show you guys here in a second. It actually then I'm just looking at, analyzing those different candles on the hourly, and I look at my profit 250. I got one loss of 250, and then my profit is 2,300. So boom, that's done. And what ended up happening was my trade idea did actually work out. So that 5-minute breaker right here, let me turn off some of these, clean it up a little bit, zones, purple lines, turn that off, and turn that off. So so that trade I did to work out. This low was protected. This SMT low right here never got faded or never dropped down to that level. And if you did entered here on the 5-minute breaker, you could have gotten it right there, or potentially there's no SIBIs right here, or no BISIs right there. Maybe on a lower time frame there might be a BISI, like a 15-second or 30-second to get a unicorn, but because this SMT was there, it was protected. Let's take the 5-minute, see if, that would have worked out. Would have entered here. No unicorn setup, but a good breaker setup. Had to put a limit order right here in this 1020 to 1040 macro. But it looks like this is where it took off around this 1050 to, the 11 o'clock hours are really when it took off, 11 to 12. It just kind of time distortion here, and this is when it really took off. And let's see if there's any SMTs. So right here, there's another SMT right here. And entry could have been, above this inversion. You could have entered anywhere around here. This SMT right there. I wasn't watching it by the time my son gets up at 7:30 PST, which is 10:30 EST, and I'm just off the charts by that time. So I get my money in the morning, about an hour in the morning, and then I'm out. But this trade I did definitely worked out. It was the 11 to 12 hour that we hit the previous day high, and that was the dull for the day. And now it looks like a great SMT, whereas ES didn't hit the previous day high, so that brought us down. I'm guessing that it's just a 50% retrace. I mean, we really retrace with, it's like an OT retrace, and then we're probably gonna hit it like sometime next week. I'm guessing this is gonna be higher week for Thursday. There's a higher week, because if you look at the weekly, I think Monday was low of week, I believe. Yeah, Monday is low week. So actually, with Monday being low week, we may see a higher week be on Friday, and that the previous month high might get hit on Friday up here. So we'll see. But anyways, that was the review. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Just a quick stream, kind of quick stream. And that was my thought process behind those trades, those scalps. And hope you enjoyed. Make sure to subscribe, turn on notification bells. I may just tape read PM session. We'll take in more trades, but I'll just tape read and stream it live. So stay tuned for that. If not, I'll see you guys next time.